Friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what my room looks like. We did this shelf yesterday where we Kondoed it. I'm going to show you my room real quick because we have a pile of books underneath the tripod, which are my maybe pile. So at the end of this process, I will read the first chapter of each of those books and decide if I want to continue or not. My unhaul piles are over here and my keep piles are over there. I'm definitely keeping more. These two piles over here that are going, they are going to be unhauled right here. Then the biggest piles are actually over here. Yeah, I'm keeping all those, but I'm back. We're going to do this shelf now, right up here. We'll restart. These are all my series that I want to continue, and I don't necessarily own the next in the series, but it's kind of just like a reminder that I want to read the next in the series. So first we have Skyward by Henderson, Gabra, Falla, and Boland. This is a graphic novel series in which there is no gravity anymore. And it was a really cute graphic novel series. I really loved the father-daughter relationship in here. And when I first read it, I really wanted to continue with the series, but it's been so long. And honestly, I did really like this book, but I don't really think I'm much of a graphic novel person. I just usually I'm disappointed with graphic novels. This one was really good. I highly recommend it, but I just don't think I'm going to keep it. The next one is Fables, Legends in Exile, and this one was really intriguing as well. It kind of reminds me of what's this show? Once Upon a Time. It reminds me of that because it's like these fairy tale characters are like in the real world, and you have to figure out who is who by the way they act. I'm gonna keep this one. I am. I'm really excited for this one. Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. So this is the second in the Hammered. I don't remember what the name of the series is, but the first one was Fix Her Up, which I didn't like. And then I read this one and I loved it because it has an already established couple that he's just fighting for his relationship. So I think I want to give this entire series a new shot. So I am going to keep this one. And I want to get the rest of that series. The Sorority Murder by Allison Brennan. I just read this year and I really, really enjoyed it. There is another one in the series. I think it's a Private Eye series, which is weird for me. Usually I don't like that type of thing, but I did really enjoy this. There's a nice podcast element, but I don't think that there's a podcast element in every book in the series. I'm still really intrigued to keep going with that. The Little Lady Agency by Hester Brown. I just bought this, so I will for sure be keeping that. Size 12 Is Not Fat by Meg Cabot. I will be unhauling this one. I like the body positivity aspect of this book. I haven't read it, but I was hoping that it would be like a very body positive, very confidence boosting book to read. But it's also about Heather Wells, and she's a rock star, and she's kind of like quit the business for a little while and she's taking a break. But I don't like books that follow celebrities, which is weird because I do like celebrity memoirs. Those are really fun to read, but I don't like when in like fiction, I don't like it when my protagonist is famous. Ellie's Story by W. Bruce Cameron. It's part of the Dog's Purpose series, so I will be reading that. A Dog's Way Home by W. Bruce Cameron. I will definitely be keeping. Alright. Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. I actually just bought this. And part of me really wants to keep this and get you and then read this one and then read the third one. But I have heard that the series just doesn't, it's like the repetitiveness, and that's why I stopped watching the show. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna unhaul it. I should have never bought it. Not The Girl You Married by Andy J. Christopher. Let's do maybe. So now we have one for each. The Hunger Games. I do want to do a reread of The Hunger Games to see if it still stands up, but I wanted to read the whole series. I don't own the whole series. I will be keeping it though. Why not? Finley Donovan is Killing It by El Casimino. I am going to keep this one, but I'm not going to continue with the series. I have read the second book, and I didn't like it. And I've heard that the third book is terrible, too. So I will be keeping this, but I'll be keeping it as a standalone. The Happily Ever After playlist by Abby Haminsey. I will be keeping any and every Abby Haminsey book, including The Friend Zone. There we go. This is the first in a new series, Avalon Bay, I think. This is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. So, I've tried to read this. I have, and I don't know if it's the male's point of view. What's his name? No, Mackenzie is the girl. Cooper. His name is Cooper. You know, I'll put this in the maybe pile as well, but I have started it. And like, it starts alright. I just don't know. Maybe I wasn't in the mood for a romance. Lemon Tart by Josie S. Kilpack. A Sweet Tooth Culinary Murder Mystery. This is the first in a murder mystery series. However, this is like a cozy mystery, and I've just come to the conclusion that cozy mysteries are not for me. Other than like Finley Donovan, but Finley Donovan is more than just a cozy mystery. I've read a few cozy mysteries and I'm just like, I don't understand the hype. But apparently everyone else does, so I think it's definitely a me thing. Donut Fall in Love by Jackie Liu. I'm keeping for sure. I'm just going to do these two together. There's A Sweet Mess and The Dating Dare by J.C. Lee. This A Sweet Mess is the first in the series. The Dating Dare is the second. I absolutely fell in love with The Dating Dare. I love the characters. I love the banter. I love everything about this book. However, I hated A Sweet Mess. But to be honest with you, I don't remember a lot about A Sweet Mess. So I do want to reread both of them. So I will be keeping them. And if I still feel like I hate A Sweet Mess, I will be unhauling it. The Boy Toy and the Man Band by Nicola Marsh. These are part of the same series as well. And like, these covers are so cute. I know that's not a reason to keep a book, but oh. So in the Man Band, Harper finds the love of her life, or potentially the love of her life, when she's banning men. And then when the Boy Toy, when she's about to give up, I don't remember, Samira, when she's about to give up on love, she finds the love of her life. Ugh. I'm going to put these on maybe because I haven't read them in the past like year that I've owned them. I haven't even thought about it. So maybe. Killing November by Adriana Mather. This is the first in a series. It is a young adult series, and it's like dark academia vibes, and I really enjoyed this. So I do want to continue on with the series, so I will be keeping that. And there's Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. And this one just got a movie adaptation. I'm going to put this on the maybe pile. Crazy Like a Fox by Melinda Metz. A Fox Crossing Maine novel. So, I'm going to do some more research and see if this is the first in a series or not. Oh, no. So this is part of a series, so I will be unhauling that one. Then Mr. Wrong Number and The Love Wager by Lynn Painter are both part of the same series. I've read Mr. Wrong Number and I loved it, so I want to read The Love Wager, but before I move on to The Love Wager, I do want to reread Mr. Wrong Number, so I will be keeping 3 Little Words, a memoir by Ashley Rhodes Quarter. I will definitely be keeping that. That was very hard to read, very heartbreaking, made me cry. That's why I love it. Then there's Divergent. This is the same as Hunger Games. I do want to reread them soon, so I'm going to keep them on my shelf. Even if I don't reread them, they can show, I don't know, they can show my reading taste. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score is a keeper. Then A Series of Unfortunate Events. I think this one's number 11. This one's a keeper as well. I just want to finish the last 2 books in the series, so I can say that I finished off a series. Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I have tried to read this book. I got to page 123. And I guess you can't see that. I didn't like it. So you follow, she's addicted to sex and he's addicted to booze. But they've been lying to their families and telling them that they've been together for the past like 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and they haven't been. And I guess I'm going to DNF it. I'm going to DNF Addicted to You because I was hating it and I don't want to force myself to read it. Cemetery Girl by David Bell. Oh, this is A Perfect Marriage. And then their daughter goes missing. So I'll keep that. Layover by David Bell. This one I'm going to put on the maybe pile. I've had it for so long and I never think to grab it. The Long and Far Away Gone. I'm going to unhaul this one. I don't need it. I never think to read it. The Rehearsals by Annette Christie will be one that I keep. It's got like the time loop and this already established couple, and it sounds perfection. It sounds perfect. The Family Plot by Megan Collins, I'm going to keep. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have read this, but I don't remember reading it, and I don't remember what it's about. So I do want to keep it so that I can try it again and see if I like it or not. By Any Other Name by Lauren Kate. This is like a romance between an editor and an author. I'll keep it. Stephen King, Dolores Claiborne. I will keep. It's like Dolores goes in and confesses to murder or something. Then there's Girl in Snow by Danya Kafka. I got this when Notes on an Execution was really hyped, but I DNF'd Notes on an Execution. So I'm going to unhaul this one. I don't need it. Good Riddance, Eleanor Littman. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile. Ooh. Our Little Secret by Rosnay. I'm finally going to unhaul this one. It was in a different unhaul and then I saved it, and if I wanted to read it, I would have read it. Wait for It by Jen McKinley. I'm going to keep. It's about this woman who moves to Arizona and to start over, and I think she falls in love with her landlord. And there's The Green Beach File by K.A. Perry. I'll put that in the maybe pile because I have zero ideas what it's about. Then there's Hot Ice by Nora Roberts. Again, I don't know what this one's about, so I'll do the maybe pile. Come Sundown by Nora Roberts. I'm going to DNF this one too. I'm in the middle of this one. But there are different perspectives and different chapters. So one chapter is about this woman that was kidnapped and tortured, and I like those chapters. But then the other one is just, I feel like it's her family trying to figure out what happened to her. But I'm bored. I do wish I would know what happened to the girl to the woman that was kidnapped, but I don't want to have to read this whole thing to figure it out. I'm so bored, so I'm gonna unhaul it. I surprise myself sometimes. Okay. Then there's Rules of Play by Nora Roberts. These are two of her romantic fiction books, her romance books. So I will keep those. I'll see if I like her romance. I have read her, suspense. I don't think she really writes thrillers, but I've read some of her suspense novels, and I like those okay, but I'm kind of just, over it. But I've never read any just, pure romance from her, so we'll try that. 30 Things I Love About Myself by Radhika Sagna. Oh, I bought this to read it on my 30th birthday. And you know what? That didn't happen. I'm going to unhaul this one. There is Convince Me by Nina Sadowski. I have no idea what this book is about. It's when this guy dies. Justin dies, and everyone thinks that he's an amazing father and an amazing husband, like this all around good person, until his family finds out that he's been cheating on them, or cheating on his wife, and he has a whole other family that they didn't know about. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. I'm not entirely sure about it. It reminds me of like an adult version of Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I know everyone loves that, but I thought it's okay. Wow. Okay. The Woman Inside by E.G. Scott. I've read this, like this little blurb part, and I read the first 3 chapters of this book, and I still have no memory of it. So I'm just going to unhaul it. I'm just going to unhaul it. Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon is on my highly anticipated list, so I'm keeping that. The Lost Village by Camilla Stein. It's like a documentary style book. I think they're filming a documentary in a haunted house place, and it's kind of like the Blair Witch Project, which I didn't like anyway, so you know what, I'm gonna unhaul that one too. The Other People by C.J. Tudor, I still want to read. Sundial by Katrina Ward, I am currently reading, so I will keep it. How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams, this one that I'm excited for, so I will keep it. And Mr. Nice Guy by Jennifer Miller and Jason Pfeiffer. I'm going to unhaul this one. I don't need it. Okay, so these top books I am keeping, so they will be added to the pile behind you. These are all getting unhauled, so they will be added to the pile to the side of you. And these are going to be added to the Let's Try chapter. So there's, all these to try a chapter of. I'm going to add them to the pile. These I'm going to add over there, and these I'm going to add over there, as in they're leaving. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and going through yet another shelf. I think we have 2 more, maybe 1 more. We have like 2.5 TBR carts because they're not all the way full. So we'll see if I do them all in one video or if I separate them out to 2 more videos. Then we have a try a chapter tag, and then we have a bookshelf reorganization video. So we have a lot of fun stuff coming out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments below of the books that you saw on this shelf. Which one is your favorite and why?